but just thinking where my mind was at the time and how I process things. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I heard this from my coach. My coach, he was just running out all the things they said that I had did that was like sound like it was bad. Like I was trying to hit on the group. I was trying to hit on the little group females that was there. Like that was the point. What like what were they there for? They was you know what I'm saying? Like you know how it go. I've seen the movie Juice. I've seen Higher Learning. You know what I'm saying? They was there for us to chop it up with. What are you talking about? So nah, nah. I'm saying word is born. I'm telling you right now. If it's one thing I know how to do is holler at a chick. If she's like, "Oh, I didn't want him hollering at me," that's different than being like, "I did something wrong." You know what I'm saying? If she's like, "Oh, I don't know why he spoke to me," that's just some bougie stuff. That's different than, "Oh, he did something wrong." You know what I'm saying? So I could say that. I mean, think of how many crackhead style bras and walked up to you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, how many chicks can approach you knowing they wasn't going, why would you talk to them? You feel me? So you might, I felt that plenty of times, like, why would she even dare talk to me? But, I ain't going to be like, oh, how dare she talk to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So for that to even have come out, like, it was wrong for me to flirt back with these international types that they have on our faces. That's just ridiculousness. It was the epitome of ridiculousness. I'm like, what are we even talking about? I'm supposed to, I'm 17. I'm supposed to shoot my shot. I ain't scared. They did what? Mark, my dog? Nah, not Mark. CJ, hold on. This is Mark we talking about. Nah, not Mark. Yeah, right, 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 right. Flyers, yeah, flyers, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm with it. I'm with it. What? But that's how the block was. That's how the C block was when I was there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we was the front man. The face of the face of the organization. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to word the beef. He passed his time, G. Okay. No. He passed. He's still your brother. No. Yeah. No. It's not. It's not. It's not that. It's not that at all, fam. He just it's past his time. He on the different things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the Mark I know. You know what I'm saying? He on something else. That's all. No disrespect to you and what you got going on. It's time to buy him out, G. It's it's time to buy him out, G. It's time to buy him out. It's time to buy him out, man. I'm telling you, everything that you're expressing happened to me on my podcast on the weekend. We practiced how to do the next podcast. From the intro songs, when we're gonna do breaks and who's gonna come in and do what. We practiced. When I got there, the DJ had a nerve to be like, why are you late or whatever, whatnot. It's my show. You know what I'm saying? How can I be late to my shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm paying you. No. Hit me. CJ, you a boss just like me. What I'm saying to you is just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm paying you to be here, fam. If the doors open at 4, the show starts at 5. So really 4 to 5 is just set up. Meet the guests. You know what I'm saying? So that gives us an extra hour. If he can say, I've been since 3:30. That's fine. That's your prerogative. I didn't ask that for you. We didn't even talk about that at practice. You see what I'm saying? So when I got there, 4:15 or whatever, whatnot, to your point about having to do other things like get the decorations, get the food. You know what I'm saying? I got other things to do, bro. You come set your equipment up. You a professional. Thank you for being professional. But don't try to tell me how to run something I'm paying you to be at. You know what I'm saying? That for one. So he already came with an attitude. So when my performer, yeah. This the new me. I'm just saying this is the new me. You know, but we're guys. I know how. Remember I had the actor sitting in medicine. I did what you were doing just for a very short time. For 2.5 months, I had the 19 in Madison on lock. They had never had a good time like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just vibing off what you taught me. Little bro downstairs, keeping the alcohol flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know how many bottles you need to be right. When it runs out, it's time to go anyway. You know what I'm saying? You ain't busting heads on the price. It's gonna go. We bosses, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm just saying to your point about Mark. So when the performer gets there. So a couple people straggle in, whatever, whatnot. I'm gonna run my podcast anyway because I pay the videographer to be there. So he gonna get shots to make it look like we jumping hard anyway. That's what I pay him to do. Even if it was just me, make it look professional, get the sound quality right. That's what I pay him to do, right? So I'm heavily invested in this thing. These dudes came and was like, I started the podcast up, everybody clapped, it was going right. I got my guest slips, I'm signing folks up. I ran my part flawlessly. All right, Slow. It's time for you to perform. Oh, all right, I don't want to perform right. What? Yeah, right. He didn't want to run the play like how he executed it. So then I'm like, okay, I'm ad-libbing. I'm gonna get to that. So now I'm ad-libbing. I go back to the DJ. So I'm trying to just run through my podcast, then let him wherever it's gonna go. I guess he wasn't ready. So I'm telling the DJ to play the music when I'm on cue. He got an attitude. He act like he wanted to fight me out there, G. Like he was really hot. Like, man, you embarrassing me this. I'm like, I'm looking at both of them like, did y'all not remember what we practiced? They was like, nah. What? I have it on Google Drive. I'm glad I filmed it. So I put on Google Drive. I shot them both the link, but you know, it's time we let them go. Gave them their walking papers. You know what I'm saying? They came there trying to run my show. You know, I reached out to the performer. He wanted, like he said, do business with me. You know, help me get the crowd going, help me get the vibe going, help me build it up. Okay, cool. But you know, we're do-it-yourself kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and to be honest with you, I'm the former full main. We on fire, heavy conversation. I'm, you know, 50 Cent. This is he. I look at him like Seymour off of Janky Promoters fan. You feel me? Like that's the level he was bringing. He was nothing to. I got some of my own stuff harder than that. It was just he had a little following. I like the dude a lot. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was, you know, we could just build it. You know what I'm saying? Take our time, but it was still love, live. You know what I'm saying? I did it before I even met him. You know what I'm saying? Like Super Bowl show. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this. This is my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they forgot. So I'm supposed to, we practice that. I'm supposed to cue him when it's time for it. So, you know, they were taking out my cues. They forgot that. So they thought I was trying to punk them and show them up and embarrass them and, you know, hot side on them. Yeah, look, man, look. Let's so right. We play right. You execute the game plan. Me and you play football at a high level. We gonna run these 40 plays on this script, and after that we're gonna adjust. But these 40 plays, you know what I'm saying? So, but it wasn't just that. What you? No. What I'm saying is that he said he didn't want to let me podcast, then do a song or two. Let me podcast more, then do a song or two. How we practice it, so people that came towards the end of the show could still get some podcast and performance. We spread it out. The first time it was just me going podcast, and then turn to him performing, then going to the party. You see what I'm saying? So folks that came toward the end, they didn't get no podcast. So he was like, so he just didn't want to do he wanted to scrap the plan before he ran the play. You know what I'm saying? So when he said, I just want to do my thing, dog. So I knew right then and there that they weren't invested into the ambiance and the vibe of Love Lies and everything in between the way I was. They didn't have a vision for it. They was just sucking up the fact that somebody else was putting money into something they could shine on. That's how it looked to me. You see what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, regardless of their reasons for not wanting to stick to the plan, that's what you're saying about my man. You're saying he's not sticking to the plan no more. That means he's not invested. That's why I would say buy him out, cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's from that venture. Something different he might be into, like running a pool league. He might be interested in that. But you know, as far as the club scene, he off that, because that's not the mark I know. He love you, he love me. That's bro. But he ain't on the club thing no more, because he don't slack like that. And the fact that he using his wife as an excuse, I'm gonna make you hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. We bigger than that. You know come on, you know I know. Yeah, when he brought his wife into it, that was down there like fighting, right? That was like stabbing a nigga in the back. I know it. Mm-hmm. She not bigger than us, bro. I feel you. No, you know, Look, I be talking to you about what I be going through. Yeah, look, you didn't have to even say a whole bunch. You know, I know, Mark. That's what I'm saying. When you said what you said, you saw I reacted like, stop playing, fool. Not Mark. You know what I'm saying? But once you, huh? No, but you see but my point is what? See, my point is if once I heard more of your story, I just went through it, so I'm knowing he off that. That's not his thing no more. That's your thing, not his thing. You can't drag him along. Do you? If you I can send you the link to the show. I left it up there because it's going to be part of the grand scheme of telling people this is how you overcome obstacles. You know, when things come up, this is how you respond to challenges. You know, if they had the nerve to think that that I wasn't going to be a hit without them, they can watch on make a subscribe and watch too. Because I'm going all the way. There's CJ, how long have you known me, bro? How long have you known me? Just give me a number. Decades upon decades. So, no. So what I'm saying to you is he was always there. So you can't tell me I don't know Mark. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. 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 CJ, CJ, CJ. I'm saying I talk to you because you my dog. You gotta talk to me, bro. And Mark not being Mark, you gotta bounce it off of me. I told you soon you first told me. He just not. Yeah, he just not on it. Yeah. Just so your thing now is to I don't know what financially he invested in the company. Your thing now, yeah. So your thing now is you can leverage putting him in the game when he didn't have nothing to say, hey, I'll give you a half back. I'll give you a half back and we walk away even, Steven. I need this. If you don't right now, that's cool. You own, you married, different things, different plans, cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I was there, Jim. Yeah. 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 No, Steve, Steve, he's in a marriage that obviously is now competing with his interest in the new C block. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's coming. I mean, for him to even mention his wife to you, like, what if he was all sitting there with me and you was in B's corners, and he walked in and said that stuff? What do you think I would have said? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Because me and you like belly. I would have been like, what? You know, you'd have been trying to, bag me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it. You know what I'm saying? It would have been. I mean, especially the old me. You know, I'd have been tripping. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have had to say you said what you said today because I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? You know dang on well I wouldn't be trying. I was like, come on, man. Yeah. You gave him the full main today. Not what you did, because nah. Why would you even bring her up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just that, but you was eating out of my hand at one point because of my love for you. Now, if you love her and you put me on the back burner, she wished she was stuck with you, but for the man that I helped you to stay in a situation. Because would she have stayed with you if you went to jail with them F's? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You don't need it no more. You got plenty. You have a huge network, plenty of connections. Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you this then. Let me tell you this then. Let me go ahead. No. But your business is legit now, so you don't need any more friends. You need to wrap yourself and your mind around delegating to legitimate business connections. These Europeans, if you want to know the truth of it, have built a huge country with a super huge economy, and they don't like each other at all. It's just that they understand from whence they came. They stole our history, so we don't band together like we probably could and would if we understood our history. When they came over here on them boats, they passed it down from generations. We could never go back to being like that. So no matter what issues we had, nothing stops the money, like the mob. So he's outside of that, and that's why you're saying he's on some B stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he talking talk outside the table. She's not at the table. She's not allowed to sit at the table with us. So if you bring her up in table talk, it's a violation. That's why if I would have been there, I would have lost my mind. You know what I'm saying? So between you and I, you have to exit him from the table. But now, since now it's about business, not trust. Now you have attorney friends and connections. You always have, because you've been there, you know them. So all you need to do is just put stuff on paperwork now, easy peasy. I got the young lady out there in Baltimore, in DC. She wants to do a reality show. This is her second time trying to get me to do a reality show for my podcast, and she wants to raise money for it and get it off the ground. So we got to do a contract. She wants to do a contract paperwork. So when you put somebody up, no. I'm my so Coach Taibu winning strategies. I'm just shooting straight to you. If you want to have something you never had before, you have to do something you never done. See, period. No more. No more family members involved with your money. And you want to know the truth about me? Look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm going to say to you. When it comes to business, you definitely want to start keeping love and money separate, because right now, okay, so you can go through a season of wild growth. A different club gets shut down, say serve underage kids or something like that. They get shut down, and you got an inflow of business. Now you, huh? I'm saying, well, what I'm saying is, right, so I'm just saying, say they find it so heavy they have to do stuff differently, or whatever the case may be. They got shut down at 1 o'clock, whatever the case may be. You get an inflow of business all of a sudden. You're going to need to staff that place with people with more family, more than just family anyway. If the growth that you want to have, I know you, CJ. What I'm saying is, hey, look, this is just a conversation between you and your dog. I just want you to know that a winning strategy for you now is to really get your mind wrapped around scaling your business is going to come with you having a different way of how you treat your businesses. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you've outgrown Springfield. That's why you should be in Dallas where I'm at. And you've definitely outgrown doing family business. They'll never let you rest, bro. If you did business when you did business with me, so you're mistaking them for me. When we were in business, it was like, when I'm there, it's checks and balances. You know what I'm saying? So at least you had one person right there that if you turn your head for a second or left for a second, it's gonna run the same way you run. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else in your family is like that. But you can put a job posting on Indeed or on Craigslist, and you can meet and interview and bring in people who will worship you like a god and make that money for you and do it right and be proud to work for CJ McDavid. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're not giving yourself that opportunity. That's all I'm saying, G. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like, for you to scale your business, like for me to scale, I'm looking at virtual assistants just to do some of the stuff like messaging people back and calling them. I'm looking at all different types of things. Running ads, for me to scale my business, it's going to involve a larger team with a larger vision. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. You just can't do business with just the family anymore. You have to outgrow that, or you're always going to be, it could be B's Empire instead of B's Corners. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, it should be. As a matter of fact, if you forgive me, it should be. You should have a B's by now. Knowing you should have a B's Corners in Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Toledo, and you trying to get one in Detroit. To change your perspective? Absolutely. It's just conversations. Look, just have the conversations. Just have the conversations. If it takes for you to go like we used to do with the music, if you go out, go clubbing, go to the clubs, but you have to go to these clubs in Dayton and Columbus and talk to them. Yeah, I got a club down in Springfield, man. I'm trying to expand. Y'all thinking about putting something else out here? We talking about, man. I'd like to chain, B's Corners. You know what I'm saying? We could do it like Pepsi and Coke. We can act like we're competing with each other. We get money together. Bam. Yeah, just had a conversation. I'm live right now. I gotta do my podcast and stuff like that, but I gotta get my audience, some mastermind talk. But This was good stuff. They need my people. They needed to know how real it is. You know what I'm saying? You my real dude. You know, if you need some advice or some tips or whatever, whatnot, or just to chop it up and bounce something off me, that's what I'm here for. But yeah, the mark is done. You know, stick good working. I cut those guys off, and like I said, you know, as my as my podcast builds up on its own, what I'm doing right now, like you know, they'll get it. And I don't hold no grudge against them. I just couldn't do business with them. They can attend my stuff and have a good time with me. I just couldn't do business with them. You know. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, man. Happy Father's Day, man, to you, man. I'll let you know when I'm out there in the W. We didn't miss an opportunity. It's just things transition really quickly. But I still got the summer to get down there and rock with you and my man Deontay and the clique. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Yep. 100. All right. So that's me, y'all, giving my subscribers a live look into how I coach and I speak. That was a little more, closer to the chest. Personally, my dog out there, he owns a bar and a lounge, and he's sometimes you go through some things and you have some personnel situations. Giving y'all this mastermind for tonight. I'm going to go definitely into it. So the picture I put up there today was a rocket fuel and a rocket blasting off. So you don't actually see the fuel. You see the smoke and the plume and the fire, right? That's what you see. So I'm going to go ahead to my Facebook post. I'm going to pull that up so we can look at that. Come follow me over here at Win with Taibu over here on YouTube to get the full demo. Up. I keep clicking on it instead of trying to click close to it. All right, let me line it up. So tonight, for the mastermind, so how does rocket fuel and a rocket blasting off? How am I going to wrap that into tonight's mastermind finale for the week? On Sunday I'll be traveling, so we won't have. I'll ask the lady at the house if she'd like to go ahead and jump in there and do her ass shade thing over there at the Margarita Express. I'll be in Wisconsin, reuniting with one of my young people, and then getting them back down here to Texas. So I'll be traveling on Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers out there, man. Whether you're holding it down or not, because through Coach Taibu's winning strategies, you can get yourself in a situation to win with your kids. All right. When you hear that sound, write it down. Let's go. We're on the show now. So you come over here and you see the rocket ship. The way I'm going to bring this into focus for you to cap off my first week of mastermind teaching, and I'll do a quick recap after this, but let me talk about this directly. We understand fuel from a layman's term standpoint. We understand why fuel is necessary. We put it into our car and we go. We hop in the rental car, we go. We get on a plane, we know it's been fueled. We all understand fuel from a layman's term. But let me talk a little bit deeper about the fuel and why it's necessary, and how the First Step coaching program, my coaching program, can help you win. And win with Taibu is the big deal. But the coaching program, and really, now that I've rebranded, I don't mind calling it the First Step coaching program because of the foundational piece of taking that real first step, right? So when you're stepping, doing your own thing, spinning your wheels, not going anywhere, that true first step towards your goal happens when you invest in yourself and you allow someone else, again, your proximity to greatness, when you allow somebody else to make sure that you're elevating in due time.
Or if you look at the picture, my screen share, if you look at the picture, you see all the smoke to the side, you see the fire, you see the rocket ship still at the station. But all this stuff is happening. So I'm going to bring this all full circle for you. My coaching program for many of you that take my 12-step, 12-week lockdown solid transformation station program, you know that this transformation probably, you know that in 12 weeks, you know that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Many of you are going to take my coaching program, and all this action is going to be happening. You got the boosters is shooting out, everything starting, the engines revving up. All this action is happening, but you ain't went nowhere. Come on, Taibu, help them out. Is someone getting this? If you get the subscription over here on TikTok, man, you have to subscribe on TikTok. Don't time out. Get the subscription, come back in and get this. Let's all go over to Win with Taibu at YouTube, right? On YouTube, Win with Taibu, just like I say up there. And let's talk about how come this huge spaceship has all this stuff going on. The smoke is coming out, the fire is coming out, but it's still at the station. It's still at the station. Now, you can conceptualize and visualize that it's not going to stay at the station. In fact, once it leaves the station, it's going to shoot off into the universe and the stars above. All right. I got to clap for myself. Y'all ain't going to give me no likes. I'm going to give myself some flowers. So my coaching program for you, you're not going to elevate right away at first. You're not supposed to. My coaching program for the first, I'll say 8 to 10 weeks, is pouring that fuel in. Week 10 and week 11, we've ignited you. So now you got all the rumbling, the shaking, the fire's shooting out. Week 12, when you done, when you completed the course, that's when you take off and you shoot out the blocks, and you're quickly approaching your goals. That's really what it is. And many of you can see what I'm saying now because you're looking at you like, oh wow, that makes sense. Yeah. How high? I'm just going to ask you this question: how high do you think, and how fast and far do you think we'll get there if all this action didn't take place? If it just shot up real quick, how high do you think it would go, and how far do you think it would go, and how fast you think it would go? Right? Not even a smidgen close to where it's going to go once it gets everything going. Now, as a confirmed genius, yes, I'm a confirmed genius. As a confirmed genius, I want you all to know, I'm going to break this down in a measure you probably didn't expect for me to go. So the reason while all that stuff is going on, that spaceship is still at the station is because of gravity. But when it comes to you and me, what is the gravity? It can't be the centrifugal force pulling us down to Earth and, this, the rotation of the Earth keeping us. It can't be that, because we're not talking about you shooting off to the moon. We're talking about your career shooting off, your relationship shooting off, your finances shooting off, your influence shooting off, your reach shooting off, your scale shooting off. Gravity ain't got nothing to do with that. So what is holding you back? While you're on my coaching program, what's going to be the force keeping you from just shooting straight off? Help them out, Taibu. Your pre-existing thoughts about who you are. What other people have taught you to believe about yourself. What society tells you you are. I could keep on going. I could keep on going. I could use all 10 fingers. What's holding you back and why you need my coaching program, what's holding you back and why you need my coaching program is because my teachings and coachings has to break through all this force of all these things that are holding you back, which is why you can't achieve your goal on your own. If you're wondering how come you haven't, and this should go viral. I'm going to make sure I use it as a clip. If you're wondering how come you haven't gone to the next level, how you get motivated for 10 days and then you fall off, it's because of the gravity of the pull. What's pulling you down is what you think about yourself, what people tell you that you should think about yourself, and what society tells you that you are. You have to fight through those things mentally and emotionally and spiritually every day. The temptations of the trickster. You're fighting against so many things that you can line it up and organize it and tell yourself you're going to do it on January 1st. I'm going to get this done. You can tell yourself, but the real truth is it's too much gravity. It's too much. You need more fuel. You need more fuel. You need the First Step coaching program. You need Coach Taibu. I have to give you all this fuel. We need extra. That rocket ship has extra tanks that's going to fall off. It needs that much fuel. That rocket ship couldn't get to the moon if it didn't have them extra tanks to get it started. You need more fuel, people. Y'all like, oh, Eric Thomas didn't even say that. Les Brown didn't even say that. What I'm telling you is that we're winning with Taibu, and where I'm going with coaching and speaking hasn't been seen yet. It hasn't been touched yet. I'm putting my own vibe and spin on it. But what I'm saying is you need it right now. No matter how somebody says it, you need it right now. But if what I say makes sense to you, then I'm your coach, not them. Let's go. You need more fuel. You have mastermind in you, but you'll never come anywhere close to it because you don't have enough fuel to get off the ground. When you hear this sound right here, write it down. I'm not going to play any games. I'm not going to stay long because I don't need to. I dropped it all in the last 2 minutes. I can't wait to see y'all in class. I can't wait to see y'all in my classes. Many of you are about to give up. You're about to throw in the towel on your dreams and your goals. And all you really just needed was to come closer and closer and closer to greatness. Your proximity to greatness has to come closer and closer and closer. The internet has made it possible for you to sit in a Zoom or a Google Meet room with me and get this vibe. I yelled at you and I apologize for that. Y'all was falling asleep on me. I had to yell one time. Listen, you need more fuel to get where you're going. Everybody's shouting sky's the limit, but you need more fuel to get up that high. You have the right DNA. You just don't have enough fuel to get there. You don't have enough fuel to get there. I wish I could put it in a different way, but I killed it tonight. Tonight I went off tonight. I gave it to y'all tonight. That was everything that you needed. So go back and watch this week's. Go subscribe to Win with Taibu on YouTube and watch the mastermind teaching this week. I'm gonna do it for a couple more weeks, and I'm gonna sign all y'all up because by then you know I'm your coach. All right. For 12 weeks, I want to take what you are. I want to redirect the energy, pour the fuel in, then add extra booster tanks for the fuel. And that's when we shoot you out into the world and you take off and shoot towards your goals. Life is short. Life is short, people. That's why I want you to shoot off like that rocket. That's why I want you to shoot off like that rocket. And you might be on my program for 12 weeks and want to re-up and re-up again. All that is just that just means that there was more gravity, more things for you to, fuel past. And that's okay too. Whether it was sexual assault or domestic violence, ladies, fellas, whether it was heartbreak or betrayal and cheating, whether it was the loss of a job unfairly, no matter what the unjust conviction was, fellas, I'm telling you right now, before you give up this time, consider being a mastermind. It's in you. Look, when you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow will feel like paradise. I'm celebrating all of you fathers out there this Father's Day weekend by traveling. I really appreciate all of you for giving me your time. You could be on anybody else's page or anywhere else. Go to Win with Taibu at YouTube. Watch the mastermind teachings for this week. If you really, really, really are ready to get it popping. This podcast was brought to you courtesy of the First Step Coaching Program for you to win with Taibu. The hospitality hotline is call, text 24 hours, 682-514-5955. If you catch us after hours, we'll catch you the next business day. But I want you to know it's all right. It's okay. The help is here. And so is the leadership. Taibu Mu'addib, I'm your coach. I'll see y'all next week, Monday, 8:45 sharp. Let's do it for another round of mastermind teachings. You're a mastermind. You're a mastermind. You're a mastermind. You're a mastermind. Reach out to me. I got you. Boy. Whoo. I'm gonna have to pay somebody just to jump on my page and repurpose my material. I'll be going. I'm coming out. I'm going in. I need to watch my own stuff from now on. I ain't got myself fired up. Until you consider my coaching program, until you come closer to greatness, until you look at this mastermind series and try to have an open mind towards it, you might not never get in contact with the you were supposed to be, and that would be tragic for so many people. All right, starting with you, but a lot of people are counting on you to win. You can win with Taibu. I guarantee it. I got you, man of my word. Let's go.